So, where are we? Let's see. So we've covered a bit of essentialism, we've covered the theory of constraints. Let me think. Where am I personally? What's a life experience I can tell you? Yeah, so, I was 60 something, like 30 seconds late to this call, man. Fuck anyone who called me out for that. No, I'm joking. I was like 30 seconds late to this call. Literally 30 seconds, right? Because I have a call on Thursdays. I get coaching myself. I really think coaching is awesome, by the way. So I'm a coaching student, and someone coaches me with my problems. And we ended up talking about that exact same picture. Let me just show it to you one more time. You probably know it by now. In fact, let me draw it. Let me draw it for you. Let me show you something of how you don't need to do this, by the way, what I'm about to say, but I think, let me just show you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is a picture that we saw before, right? Everyone understands this picture now, yeah? This is all relative. So the extent to which I'm about to explain my story, no offense, you probably shouldn't go that serious just because I've got like higher leverage. Like, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but like my 1 hour, I can make more than $10,000 per hour. So it's like, there's levels to this shit. So what I'm about to say is going to sound deeply autistic, but you should use the strategy, not the exact tactic. I spent over 2 months not training at a gym because I didn't want to walk for about 10 minutes to get there, and also for the thoughts that would arise from training in a public gym. So when I came back from Thailand and Dubai, I moved back home to the UK in March. I literally worked out at home, even though I didn't even have any equipment. I've got a pull-up bar and bought some kettlebells, because I simply just didn't want this to occur. I knew that if I went to the gym, that I would suddenly start to get too like my brain would be too infiltrated by the things there, and this is exactly what's happened. So imagine these thoughts I'm having, right? I move back home, all I want to do is literally just do this 100%, 10, 14 hours a day of work in Adonis School, make millions. That's my goal, make $1 million a month, and I'm literally on track for that. I'm not even taking the piss, bro. $1 million a month, and you can do the math yourself. Look, because I know this sounds like crazy numbers. It like, to be a millionaire even seems crazy. To say $1 million a month just seems like stupid, right? But I want you to just literally do the math yourself. Remember how much money you paid for Adonis School, right? 446 times that by how much you paid for your 446. The starting fee, the one-time fee was $499, wasn't it? That's how much I made, and it's been less than a month. I made more than what doctors make in a year in a month. And actually overnight I made 75k. So there's leverage to this game, right? So I'm not, at the same time, I'm saying, oh, but you're not like this. But the truth is, if you want to be like this, if you want to get really successful, you need to start valuing your time a lot higher. Like, if you do you need to be valuing your time. I say $50 to young guys, but that's because there's a lot of guys with small dicks out there. If you value your time with anything below 100 or even up to about $500 an hour, you're probably not going to become successful. You should right here, right now be thinking, yep, my time is worth $100. I'm not going to waste an hour of my time is $100. If I have to walk for an extra 4 minutes somewhere, it's probably not worth it. I can return this thing on Amazon and get $7 back. It's not worth my time. I know this sounds crazy and a lot of people won't even understand or anything, but this is how you get to the true elements of success, is just valuing your time to a crazy number. Because everyone else your age, what do they value their time at? $10, $5? Even less, right? So some people, like dumbasses your age, get paid $15 an hour, and they will literally spend an hour trying to save $5. They're not smart. You should be thinking to yourself, I will do nothing under $50 or $100 an hour. So the only things you really spend your time on, the most important task of your business, for example, is recording videos and then just learning. That's it. That was my secret. That's what I spent my 2 years doing when I started dominating YouTube. Record videos when I needed to record videos, and then just learn. Everyone said learning's a waste of time, reading's a waste of time. It's like, reading's a waste of time. Where's that calculator gone again? Reading is a waste of time, huh? Well, this number proves otherwise. Oh, but I'll just do something faster, bro. I'll just ask ChatGPT to somewhere. Shut up, bro. But what I'm saying is, I moved back home, and you know how much I love the gym. I genuinely did not even sign up to a gym for over 2 months because I was certain that this was going to happen, that all of my focus was on my business. But I knew the moment that I signed up, suddenly, you might not have thought about this, suddenly I'm going to start caring about what clothes I'm wearing. Suddenly I'm going to want to get a haircut. My ex works at that gym. It's probably going to be like, there's going to be some random thoughts in there because the chances are, right here, right now, at this point, a month ago, all day, every day, I was thinking about business. And so I made rapid progress. I literally 5-10 times how much money I was making, which is unreal. I knew for a fact that the moment I walked through that gym, my attention was going to be spread out. What's that person think of me? What's that person think of me? Is there going to be someone here that I don't know? Is my old friend the one who betrayed me a bit? Is he going to be here? Is my ex going to be here? What days does she train? She's trains here now? I thought this. I delayed the decision. I was like, nah, I'm fine. I'm just going to train at home. And made huge progress in the business, started to make so much money that I didn't really need to make more money anymore. And that the constraints kind of went off. More money is no longer the constraint of my life. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, fitness became it. I was still quite physically fit, but I just I missed hard physical training. Because training at home, you just don't get the same thing. Even if you've got the right equipment, it's just not really the same thing, right? And so I'm debating it. Oh, you know what? If I go, it's going to be better for fitness because it's going to be a harder workout with better equipment. And when there's more people around me, I do perform better. Maybe it's ego, whatever it is, right? And, I kind of forget about this for a while, sign up. And, recently I've been finding myself a lot less happy very recently, and I literally just had a coaching call, speaking to my coach, the one who coaches me, telling him all about this, that recently I've been thinking about changing up my style, I've been thinking about joining MMA, all these things. And he's like, oh, what's up with all these new desires? And we broke it down. It's because I joined this gym and I'm around other people. How silly is this, right? I have literally just considered, once again, to go super serious in MMA just because there was a guy that I walked past a few days ago who was seemed a little bit intimidating. And I thought to myself, well, if I became a MMA fighter, I bet I could beat his ass or something. And I literally started to think, oh, you know what? I'll spend 10 hours a week training, and it'll be a business benefit because the boys will hopefully like me more, right? Hopefully I'll feel like I deserve love. And you don't realize how much your brain's power is just being sapped away. Think about it. I literally just wanted to lift some weights, and a few days later, I'm genuinely considering picking up an entire new sport because of one person that I've just seen inside of the gym. No progress. If this is you right now, broke forever. Broke up until you change. No, not forever, sorry, but broke up until you change something. So we uncovered today, me and my coach, that he set an assignment for me that I need to go to the gym and essentially just not give a fuck and just keep going as it is, and just to sit there in the slight discomfort of emotions. Or for example, when one of the waitresses sees me in my hair, I've not had a haircut for 2 months. I went monk mode, so I trimmed my own hair. I'll groom up a little bit. I'm not looking terribly scruffy. It's yeah, sure, I don't have a fade or anything, but I'm not as attractive as I usually am. I'm not as cleanly looking as I usually am. I'm supposed to just kind of sit with that instead of letting it change my life trajectory. So why this is relevant to you is because I'm giving you this story of when I was just essentialist and I made rapid progress in my business. That was the main thing for me. The moment that I opened up my life and I stopped being as essential, as simple as just going to the gym, which pretty much wave your hand like this if you go to a gym, a public gym with other people. Most people, right? Maybe there's only going to be a few guys who either one, don't go to the gym at all, or two, go do something where they're not in the gym, they do calisthenics or something, right? By simply just going to the gym, I can feel a huge, significant difference here just by going to the gym. So I want you to think, where are you right now? Because you might not think that, you're this guy on the left who's got all these arrows and stuff, but I'm telling you, you've still got 7 arrows right now. Because unless you have completely cut everything out of your life, apart from just a few things, you do not know how focused you could be. When you spend 14 hours a day doing the same thing, you start to realize your capacity, your potential, and you realize you are so much better than you've ever saw yourself before. That's how you dominate your competition, because these days the thing is everyone's working hard, everyone's being productive. That's my recent story with this. Any questions on that? We'll go Izzy then.
First of all, thank you for letting me speak. So, a brother asked, like, if I'm focusing on physique and I have free time, what should I do? And you answered to learn about something and do anything, like something related to that. So let's say right now I'm interested in business thing. So I'm learning, 3 deep work sessions and I'm done. So I have like 4 hours of free time. I opened a podcast, like Alex Hormoz's podcast. I listened to it and my brain was literally fired. Like if I filmed myself, I would see like smoke coming out of my fucking head. So it's something related to brain points. Like I do the work, I have free time, but I don't have the capacity to use it. So what should I do?
Okay. You get good deep work done, but when you have some extra free time, you try to be productive in that time, but the thing you're trying to do, your brain can't focus in.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
This comes down to calendar schedule. So you can see here with my calendar, you need to start, I don't know how much you've done so far, but you need to very, very much learn about yourself. So there's a reason why, for example, I'll learn here, because my brain for like actual working output doesn't work as well. There's a reason why, I'll exercise, like everything is calculated is what I mean. Like, for example, here, I was experimenting with this because usually this is when my brain's not working so well. So it's like, okay, well, you may as well try and hit a workout then. The issue was that this workout would just be trash because this is just naturally when I get a dip. So what I can just do is I can just get comfy on the chair and just read a book and it's at least something productive. What's happening right now is you're hitting one of these like energy troughs, like this energy dip period of your day. And you're still trying to do something that you can't actually do at that time. So for me, for example, if I tried to do deep work here, it would be horrible. The times I have like calls here are literally like my worst, like these ones, my worst possible days ever, because my brain just doesn't work well and I hate having calls there. I think this is what you're going through. You've got the wrong thing at the wrong time. If you've got that free time, and you're saying that you can't learn through podcasts, then don't watch the podcast. Don't force yourself. What I would do if I was you is I'd first keep the same category of your life. So you said it was business, and I would change the thing that you do. So for example, maybe you want to walk and listen to the podcast. Maybe that would change things. Maybe you want to like journal and ask questions. Maybe you want to open up a Notion page and just kind of like be curious and ask questions. Maybe you want to go onto ChatGPT and ask it for an hour, ask it for advice and like whatever the topic is, and see which one of those tasks is still high leverage, high value, and also that you feel like you can actually do right now. This is also just a quick disclaimer, because you mentioned that, you feel overwhelmed and everything. This is all based on being like a healthy, productive person who isn't sleep deprived. Most people are sleep deprived. Maybe it's you. So maybe those 4 hours should go more towards sleep and rest first.
No, I sleep well, very well. I have another question, if you allow me.
Go on.
So I put in my calendar 3 sessions of deep works. And the first session goes okay. The second session goes okay. But the third session, like, it isn't so productive. And to be honest, 3 sessions is kind of small, a low amount of sessions to really progress, as I think. I'm thinking of adding a 4th session, but that won't be really helpful to me because 2 sessions is my limit. So should I place them in another time, or what should I do?
It would be too hard for me to give you advice like this. I'd need to know so much more about your life story, to be honest. I think this is too personal for this type of lecture, bro.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you for coming up, though.
I thank you.
W in the chat, boys. Apologies, couldn't answer that second question. Luca, what did you want to say, bro? Oh, I can't hear you, bro. Oh no, Luca. Testing 1 2. Now we'll go to someone else. You let me know if you fix your mic, bro. Otto, how we doing, bro?
Can you hear me? How you doing?
Yeah, we can, man.
I just wanted to say I'm doing the YouTube. It's going quite well. I'm also doing like coaching calls, but it's for like chess. And I'm doing like £40 an hour, and I'm just wondering if I should just scrap that and just focus on my YouTube and then like try like make a course or something.
Do you need money right now?
I wouldn't say so, because the ad revenue is still quite good.
Yeah, scrapping them.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. No need to trade time for money if you don't need the money. Coaching and jobs could be great if you need the money right now, but if you don't need the money, then don't do them.
All right, hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can, Luca.
All right. So I waste like half my day at school, and like it uses a bunch of my brain points, as you said. Do you know like what I can do like after school? Like if I should like read or like record videos for my YouTube channel?
Is YouTube the priority in your life?
I haven't really written it out. I haven't really done like which is my priority yet. But I should probably do that like today. But yeah, I'd say it's a priority for me.
A priority sounds like bullshit, bro. It's either the priority or it's not.
All right.
Figure that out first. Figure out what the priority is. Is it school? Is it YouTube? Is there a different kind of work, career, business? Whatever it is, do that first before school. Wake up earlier.
Yeah, at 5 a.m.
If you really, really want to move the needle along, and for example, you come home, you're feeling tired and everything, you're not making progress, and you really want to be dedicated, go to sleep an hour earlier. Be the best possible that you can to, try and get to sleep earlier. Don't look at sunlight, don't look at the screens and everything. Wake up with the alarm, shoot up fast, record 3, 4, 5 videos, or however long videos you can do for like 1 hour. Then you'll start to make real good progress.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you, Luca.
No problem, man.
You're welcome. Luca in the chat, boys. Right, let's move on. Let's see what we're up to now. Essentialism and effortless. All right, here. This is yeah, that's it, to be honest. I always thought I was doing the hard work, especially when I didn't feel like it. Bro, it's a little bit bullshit, I'm not going to lie. I literally just made the hard work effortless. And so it's not hard. It's just work that's actually more fun than video games. So this is one sentence for you to really contemplate about. Really think this to yourself right now. It's not about trying to do the hardest work with discipline, David Goggins mode. That stuff can be very valuable at points. It'll help develop you into a certain caliber of man and stuff, right? But it's more, if you really want to become successful in especially business, careers, it's about making it easy to do so that it's like literally just fun for you. Because this doesn't require discipline. When you see my normal day, like it doesn't actually require discipline for me to work like 10 hours a day. I'm not even disciplined for that. Genuinely, it requires me discipline. This is the hardest part of my day when I'm trying to stop working. This is the one I always end up like, I don't ever like, I'm not a Jeffrey, I don't ever like stay up past my bedtime, but it's always like, I always notice I'm always a few minutes late. It gets to like 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, and then I'm like, okay, before 9:30, I always end up stopping. It takes me more discipline to not work. Think about that. It takes me more discipline to not work on the things that are supposed to be hard for everyone else. Now, there's actually two things I should write down here, effortless and important notes. Maybe not everything can be effortless, because there's lots of things which I try and do, which as much as I try, I can't find a way to make them effortless. And so guess what? I usually just don't do those non-effortless things. That's it. It's the secret to like the superior discipline that it looks like I've got. It's just that I do things that other people need discipline for, but they're fun for me. So for you, figure out the things that are fun and productive for you. Spend 100% of your time doing those things. That's the goal. Obviously, if you've got school, work, and other commitments, which you have to do, then you can't escape that. The idea is that if you can automatically do the most important tasks that will get you to your most valuable goals, you're winning. Compared to the guy who's trying to get to a certain goal, which he just can't because it's just too hard. So again, this means for the effortless section, let me just show you this. Before that you can get to this life where you're effortlessly making huge progress and achieving huge success, before you can get there, you need to first go essentialist mode, figure out what's actually important in life. So first, I'll actually write this down as first, figure out a maximum of 3 life areas that are important. Do MED for the other 2. MED just means minimum effect. Actually, no, we should do maintenance, sorry. Maintenance, effective. Maintenance, I'll just say maintenance volume. Yeah. There. Pick just one to make progress on, and then you say, okay, well, and how to choose the one to make progress. Figure out what's constraining your life. So that was this analogy here. So you start with this. First, pick a maximum of 3. The less you pick, the more successful you'll be. So if you choose 2, then you'll be more successful in those 2. If you choose just 1, you'll be more successful in that. But then obviously you live a one-dimensional life. So, for example, if you just chose 1, then it might be like work. But that means literally family and health would suffer. So some people genuinely will choose 1 and just make it like boxing, for example. And they don't actually care about their health outside of that. They only care about their health enough to like just be able to box, so they don't care about family. It's like those people end up becoming wildly successful. And if you look at their lives, by the way, just in case there's anyone's kind of like hyped up by that, if you go and like actually watch the interviews of these people who have only chose 1, all of them are deeply depressed. All of them. You have to be. Literally, it's just the nature of it. You can become this world champion. Mike Tyson, there's an interview with him where he shows the belts and he goes like, all of them are just garbage. The garbage is that they don't mean anything. They're pointless, because he had mental health problems. It's like when you've got a headache and you're unhappy through it, you've got this belt. It's like, who gives a fuck? I mean, but maybe you want to live that life. You probably see different things. If there is someone here who wants to like live I just want this one thing, fair enough. Figure that out first. Choose the essential few things, choose the one thing that you can currently work on, and then like you want to make progress on, and then just figure out how to make, you know what, no, let me reword that. It's not about figuring out which thing you can do or how to make something effortless, because we've said here, and maybe that can help, but I actually think it's simply it's more about Let me write this down. Not about. It's probably about finding the thing that is effortless already. Because there's certain things which I have tried, and it does, like for me, for example, I've never found this to change. What's effortless for me has not changed. Stretching always requires effort and discipline. Going to the gym has never required that. Working on a business has never required like real effort and discipline, apart from like the first month or something when I was smoking weed, but that was, I guess, more weed anyway. So this is going to seem like something a bit counterintuitive, but I'd ask you this right now. Is there something that you're really working on and you've been struggling with that simply is just not effortless, but you just keep doing it just because Hamza said it was good? Because, oh, well, you know, I've got to become a YouTuber, right? That sounds like the best way. You know, Iman said the agency businesses are good. Because if you're trying to, you know, level up in this business right now and it requires discipline from you each and every day, you can certainly still get success from it. But it might be worth considering getting into the business or career that genuinely feels effortless, because you'll want to do it for 14 hours a day. Just something to consider. Anything else? Essentialism and effortless. Let me think of something. I've changed up so much of my life last few weeks because of this. When you begin to ask these questions, you may be confronted by something which you don't actually want to listen to. Because when you start to ask yourself what's essential and what could be effortless for me, you might realize that the answer is the thing that you're not doing. Or it might be, for example, that the thing you are doing that you've already started to visualize yourself in is actually not the thing that is essential in your life. Just writing in the chat, is there someone who has, in this call, realized something they're spending time on is probably not essential? What is it? Just like tell me what like the topic is. Or women, random friends, uni, phone, friends, going to the gym too much, random friends. Yeah, random friends is a big one. Hamza YouTube videos. Watch your mouth, bro. Remember, with some of these, you don't need to sacrifice. So someone said like, oh, gym, but it's hard to sacrifice. Sacrifice is the wrong word. Because if there's something which is still essential, like it's a part of like, you know, you just want a few things in your life and gym's gonna be one of them. You don't want to like stop going to the gym forever. You don't have to sacrifice the gym. You just have to simply maintain your gains whilst you're focusing on something else. You can, like, this is what I said to Luca. He said like whether or not YouTube is a priority. That doesn't make any sense. We need to respect words that we use. A priority doesn't make sense. Priority is just one. That's it. You need to, like, everyone needs to write this in chat. What is the priority? You should have this clear. It should be very clear. The priority. There's not two. If you say, and whatever we're putting down, write what it is right now. Write what the priority is in your life right now. Understand that, see, everyone who's typing, and if you've typed in as well, understand that this means that everything else is behind this. So this means that to do YouTube, you need to put something else behind it. This means that to do the YouTube video, you need to wake up earlier. Otherwise, you're lying and you're bullshitting yourself. If you say it's health, well, then you better be healthy as fuck. You better be like actually like waking up, getting sunlight for 25 minutes, like Huberman says, and not drinking coffee for 90 minutes and meditating for 23 minutes and following all these strategies. Because if you wake up and you start working straight away, or you check your phone straight away, then it's not the priority. So you need to act like it, right? If this is the priority, everything else in your life that you've put, apart from the thing that you've just wrote, needs to be behind the thing. So for me, it's work. That's how you start to live like an essentialist. It's not as like cute and clickbait, because if I told you, oh well, you know, you can have everything you want, and you know, oh, you want to do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. You know, it sounds proper cute. Now you're beginning to realize, if you're not hurt by what I've just said, I don't think you totally understand. It seems like Aaron understands. You should be kind of sad by what I've just said, because this genuinely means that because you've probably got, you're not a one-dimensional human being. You've probably got like 3, 4, 5 things that are interesting right now, right? You, right here, right now, you should feel kind of sad, and you should be thinking to yourself like, oh fuck, does that mean I can't do this thing anymore? Does that mean like I've got to stop like doing that? Like, but I love going to the gym every day. Shall I only go once a week? That's going to be boring. You should be thinking like something kind of like slightly sad right now about that. Once or twice a week, max. If it's not the priority. If you typed something above, which was different than the gym, go once or twice a week. Because you can't do it all. You can have a few, you can have an amazing life, by the way. You can have, for example, an awesome marriage, good close family, awesome business, awesome health. That's a lot of guys' dream life. But that means that you can't have a vibrant social circle, charitable projects, the extra startup business, the podcast with your brother, the extra business, the Instagram theme page, the TikTok that you just want to try and, oh, Hamza, you should go to TikTok, bro. Oh, but the algorithm's really good. And bro, man, fuck you. I've never made a TikTok account, bro. The amount of times when I was growing on YouTube and people told me like, oh, well, you should just make a TikTok. The algorithm's really good. Like, do I look stupid to you? You made a TikTok and you're still stuck at 200k subs. So it's like, you know, don't tell me what to fucking do, bro. Like,